Hello everyone and welcome back to Donut Like Donut Funeral. In the month before time, Tyran recently ate Punty, but we are back with Tyran, hooray! My name is Clement, and with me is John.
Greetings, normies.
Julius.
Hey, it's a big loss, but we just gotta move on.
And special guests Bob.
Hey kids, how's it going?
And Lexi.
Hi.
Wow, I can't believe we lost Punty to Tyran. I hope we don't have to listen to like an author's note where the editor and Punty and Tyran are all talking and then Tyran eats Punty.
It should be fine.
Yeah. Last time we ended on a fight where Tyran was trying to protect the herd because he wanted this young dinosaur woman to find love. But
God, when you phrase it like that, Jesus Christ,
That's crazy.
Yeah, Clemens, don't say what
insane.
happened in the story.
The young dinosaur
Not because it's
woman.
not true, but because you still shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. I'm realizing now. I think they would have been fine. I think this herd would have been fine. If they're all comparably sized to Tyran, then...
yeah, but
so,
Tyran thinks he can't find love because he's so edgy and broken.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
said
saying
that
is-
multiple times. He can't
saying
find
that-
love.
I'm saying the dinos going to take care of the problem themselves. I think he just
Well, yeah.
put himself in danger for no good
Tyran's
reason.
not needed here. He thinks he needs to be a hero or something, and the or something is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the T-Rex bashed Tyran into a rock, not knocking him out. And we are now in chapter 4, join the herd. So I guess Tyran didn't get coup de grace while he was unconscious.
Yeah.
He didn't get asteroided.
Didn't they end on a cliffhanger? Yeah,
Yes.
they knock him out cold. Okay, and then here we go. All right, Tyran the Sharptooth. Does somebody?
I do not own
I
the
do
Land
not
Before
own.
Time. I do not own the Land Before Time, but Tyran is my character. Chapter 4.
Right.
Or join the herd, Tyran.
I love an instructional title.
Yeah. Go for it, Tyran.
I wake up to find. By the way, I don't remember what voice I did, so I'm just gonna go for what I think it was.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You got it.
I wake up to find myself in the middle of Allie's herd, all of whom are sleeping. I look amazed at this moment, a moment before yawning and deciding to go back to sleep.
Just a moment.
Okay.
So, weren't they, what happened? Okay.
Good question. Good question.
Later, I'm maybe we'll get an answer. Later, I'm nudged awake and I see Allie. What?
Come on, Tyran, we are moving after helping beat that last Sharptooth. The others decided to let you walk with us.
That's it? One line? Great.
I think that's amazing. So it really wasn't that big a deal. Like Tyran got all freaked out, he got knocked out, and then they like scared off the Sharptooths without him. Didn't need his help.
That's...
And that's just the end of it.
They're like, honestly, I would have thought it funny if you saw the conversation with like, this kid's probably gonna kill himself long before.
Yeah. After he's unconscious, everybody gathers around and they say like, this kid's gonna asteroid himself if we don't like stop this.
Or maybe
gotta-
this is
Does
actually
anyone want to
Tyran
claim
coma
this
theory.
kid? Because he sucks. Like, right on his own, he sucks. So he needs some parenting.
So
No.
you see the herd plus Tyran is at 80% power, but the herd plus an unconscious Tyran is at 100%
Yes,
power.
yes, for sure.
Tyran lost 20%
He
blood,
thinks
but
he's
the herd
being
lost
very
40% blood.
He thinks he's being very helpful, and the rest of the herd doesn't have the heart to tell him, "Cool it, kid."
we get it. You're a teenager with full of teenager hormones.
Or maybe we got this all wrong. Maybe Tyran is actually in a coma right now. Maybe this is just the Tyran in a coma theory. And this is just what he wishes would have happened. In reality, he's just like dead on the ground.
Tyran
they've,
in
like,
a
moved
coma
on.
theory.
Coma theory.
He saw a ho-oh and then passed out.
He saw, what would ho-oh be called? I don't know.
The rainbow
Bird. I
The
guess
rainbow fire.
at the time, all the birds would also be like just their cousins. They're also dinosaurs, right? So
Yeah.
it'd be like rainbow cousin. I yawn, get up, and start walking with them. As we walk, Allie asks,
Tyran, how do you get those scars?
"Oh man." I look at her. I look at her with a face that says, "I don't want to talk about it." Oh man, I wish he had said, "You want to know how I got these?"
You can't handle how I got these scars.
Fun
My
fact.
father was a
Let
very
your
bad
Joker ruin
sharpshooter.
scars and bringing any attention to them.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. It doesn't matter when it was written.
That's such
My
a
father
real
was a
problem.
Marine, and my mother was a Saiyan.
And one night, he got a bit screamier than usual.
Oh my god. You're so right. It really did ruin bringing up scars at all.
You see,
Do
one
you
day I
think that,
sniffed
do you think
too
that happens
many
for people with
ashes.
very visible scars? Or do you think people are respectful enough to not do that to them in person?
I guess,
I think most people would be respectful, but like some little kids or people who lack the emotional intelligence would just burst out asking.
Listen,
Yeah.
there's a very good explanation for this in the Tyran coma theory. This is how we think people act.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
In the Tyran coma theory.
Yeah, in his mind, everyone's like, "Oh, Tyran, please tell me your tragic backstory."
Everyone begs to know.
Please,
Right,
you're so-
bad memories. Sorry,
That's
and
it,
the
actually
last two.
in my Tyran coma theory. That's his brain trying to get him to unlock the truth. That would get him out of the coma.
Ooh, wow. Absolutely.
Everybody asking him for his backstory. He's like, "No, I can't say," but really, he can't remember.
He needs to sequence break the events so he can break
I
the
can't wait
matrix.
for the court scene.
Yeah. So he's gonna keep running into random like groups of sharp teeth that are just gonna kick his ass over and over until he remembers what really happened.
They're like, "How did you come back to us, Tyran?" I guess you could say I had some sense knocked into me.
What the fuck?
It turns out there was it's like in Final Fantasy. There was a much cooler Tyranno that existed, but he just stole his name.
Yeah. Tyran was
What?
just a character on a poster. He said. His real name is Jimothy.
Jimothy the dinosaur.
Jimothy the dinosaur, yeah.
Right,
Right.
bad memories, sorry, and the last two fights wouldn't help, would they?
No, they wouldn't. But I'll tell you another time, okay? And before you do it, don't ask about my parents.
I get it,
Until-
okay, I
until we
won't.
get to the prehistoric alley. That's when I'll rap
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Tyran, what is this place?
Hunting all day, now it's time to unwind, kick back, relax.
No, not that rap. Not that
Oh,
rapping
no.
dog. That's the bad one.
I'll be
That's the
busting.
good one.
Oh
I'll be
my
busting
gosh,
the
I can't
tears, and I'll be
remember
busting the rap.
I'm about to
Rapping
drop
dog.
some deep lore here. But when we were in 4th grade, Connor and I were in the same 4th grade class, and there was a Lewis and Clark musical that our class put on, and they cast Connor as the rapping dog, and he had a rap in the musical.
Oh, God.
He may remember some of the words. I don't know.
Oh, it sounds so cute when you tell me that
Yeah.
story.
He probably doesn't want any pictures of that out. I don't know if any exist.
So what you're telling me is the rapping dog has been appearing at major historical events just to
Throughout
drop
history,
bars?
yeah, throughout
Backstory.
history, there's historical precedent to this rapping dog. I think it's not an uncommon symbol. I think the ancient Greeks had rapping dogs guarding the oracle at Delphi.
There was little known fact. There was some
You had to
rumors
beat them in a rap battle to get to speak to the oracle at Delphi.
There was a little known fact. There was a dog at the Library of Alexandria 3 days before it burned down.
So, I guess that means that the rapping dog is just a big part of oral tradition.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Sorry, my wife just beamed me in the face with these headphones.
Oops.
Our cat is being bad.
You got caught. Get back in.
Yeah,
He's
inside, sir.
They're spreading cat rap propaganda like the Cheshire Cat in the Care Bears movie.
The other way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he's learning the wrong lesson from this because we let him out onto the balcony and then he'll hop up on the railing and we don't want him to jump down from the railing. But as soon as he hops up on the railing, he'll like turn and look at us and then somebody will go over there and then we'll call him inside and he'll nicely come inside. So I think he thinks that's just his way of telling us, I want to be inside. But like that's not the lesson he's supposed to learn. Bad. Why didn't you tell me about this long neck you like and any... Ooh, let me try this. I'm going to need a running start at this. Why don't you tell me about this long neck you like and any adventures? Ooh, okay, it's just a D in there, but it really... Adventures you two went on for you to love him? What a psycho way to ask that. Even if you'd spelled that correctly, what a weird thing to say. Any adventures you two went on for you to love him?
Yeah,
What
must
a
have some
weird-
adventures if you fell in love with that guy.
Yeah, if you fell in love with a loser like him, I haven't even heard about him yet.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. The story is Allie is going about her life. Some stalker comes out of the trees.
Yeah.
And
Tell
just
me
doesn't
about your boyfriend.
gives her demands and doesn't go away.
Yeah, and then Nightmare of Nightmares, he gets knocked unconscious by a group of people, and then everybody in your group decides to keep him around. Your stalker. So now you have to walk with him. And he's like, tell me about your boyfriend. What kind of bullshit did you guys get into that made you love him instead of me?
I mean, you really must have sniffed too much ash if you fell for that guy of all people.
Yeah, I guess.
Sniff too much ash.
Definitely.
Also, I really like it when the narrator starts narrating about what happens instead of writing out the dialogue, because it always to me implies that the character isn't listening. They're just describing that they heard it. They're not listening to the story. So, like, he asks for any adventurers that you two went on, and then Allie starts the story of how she met him, seeing his grandpa ill, then the adventure they and his friends had to help his grandpa. When she's done, the herd has stopped. So he's not interested at all. He doesn't give a shit.
They stopped.
Yes. When she's done, the herd has stopped, and the leader says,
This is our last stop before we reach the Great Valley, so everyone rest and be prepared to see old friends, and Tyran better be prepared to hide once again until we can tell the leaders in the Great Valley to tell the others to let him wander around.
Wow.
By the way,
What?
Tyran, what will you be eating while you're with us?
Wait a minute.
Because
You
we have
guys.
some guys we don't really need anymore. Can have
yeah,
them.
if you're in the mood for it, we've got some stragglers.
They got a bad leg there. He's got a bad leg. He's slowing us all down.
Sorry. Be prepared to see old friends. Tyran, be prepared to hide.
Yeah, we are
Why can't
ashamed
you
of
just-
you, I guess.
Why can't you just walk in with me? Like, if I'm living in the Great Valley and I'm just like, I hope my family comes home soon. And then a crowd of dinos starts coming over the crest of the hill. And they're like, hey, Bob, we're coming home. I'm like, oh my god, my family. Oh, a stranger, a Sharptooth. But he doesn't seem to be harming them. He's just walking with them with a big smile on his face. Do they seem scared? They don't seem scared. They seem ashamed, actually, to be with him. What's going on? Hey, guys, what's going on? And then they're like, we brought this little shit with us. We don't know what to do. And I'm like, can we just kick him to death, maybe? Or hit him with our big tails or something? I don't know. Just stomp him out. He seems like a real
Push him
runt.
into a pancake.
Yeah, right? I mean, what a loser. Nobody's gonna miss him. I may be projecting my own feelings into this hypothetical a little bit.
That's fine.
Alright. Don't worry, I'll just eat fish. I can live off them, okay?
Do they know what fish is?
I guess, yeah.
Do you think Tyran would be cool with, like, humans being around and then being like, oh, we'll just eat dinos? Like, they're just, like, another rank below us. Because, like, there's so many species that he keeps in his social network. And then fish, he can just go, fuck you. And everybody,
like
even
Kurt
the
Cobain
leaf
said,
eaters
they
are
don't
like,
have
fuck
any
you.
feelings, so it's alright.
They just don't have social rank to be worthy of life.
To be fair, you have to. If you're a carnivore, you're living amongst herbivores. You kind of have to do it a little bit, right?
No, for sure. I just think it's interesting. Like, we don't have cows and chickens living among us, right? But I would feel like fish probably do live among them. At least, sort of.
I mean, yeah, they're in the water, so that's like sort of removed from like their society. Then again, I guess they were talking to that
there.
like Dinosaurs in that one movie, so I guess.
Yikes! Our cousins live over there,
But even
so we
then,
can eat them.
that like ichthyosaur was like sort of framed as a stranger that they were weirded out by, so maybe that is the case. Maybe they're like
Maybe.
all kind of looking down on everything that lives in the water.
Now, let me say, if a fucking UFO landed and, like, little green men came out, I'd be down for Tyran to just eat them. That's cool. He can eat them all day. I don't care. Alright, well. I said my line.
Very well. Do you want to go fish then now, Tyran?
Yeah, that'd be fine. I'll be right back. Oh, I then leave and find a nearby pond in which I start fishing. When I'm done, I head back to the herd, lay next to Allie, and go to sleep. That's your...
Okay, that was an eventful day.
Wow, join the herd.
How'd you guys get together? Here's how. Well, are you gonna eat us? No? Okay, good night. Honk shoe.
I mean, I guess you
Oh,
did join the
yeah.
herd, so
Yeah.
the chapter
He
did
goes
the
fishing.
minimum of what it was supposed to do, so that's fine, I guess.
I was kind of hoping he would describe how he eats the fish, like how he gets the fish. A little bit, just because, like, you know, I think part of what's interesting about dinosaurs is that they lived very differently than modern lizards, and they were very big. So, like, you know, like a bear catching fish in the river is kind of interesting to watch, interesting to read about. Maybe you could have said something. He didn't even describe what Allie had to say about, like, the first movie.
Yeah.
That would have been okay.
I made the tragic mistake of reading ahead and I wasn't ready.
Oh, really? The line break?
Yeah,
This is just an author's note, right?
This what's coming up is the actual, like, highlight of this chapter, I guess.
Are you shitting? Okay. Tommy would say, Tyran says, Tommy would say he's sorry for the short chapter again, but he can't, seeing as how I ate him for knocking me out last chapter. Oh, shit. Smile's showing blood-stained teeth. Tyran eat Punty as well?
Fucking dead.
Guys, did Tyran eat Punty as well?
Wait, before we go any further, I just want to clarify. So Tyran, or the author wrote this inside Tyran, as far as Tyran's concerned,
Wrote it into reality, and then Tyran, yeah.
Because, at this point, we've got, a Fight Club situation. Tyran, I think you are writing this story.
Actually, no. It's sort of like a halfway between a Fight Club and, an Alan Wake situation. Right? Where, he's writing it into reality as it's happening kind of deal. And, in this case, he's writing it in front of Tyran, and Tyran's not happy about it, so Tyran eats him.
Yeah.
I then appear. Me. Who wants
No,
to be
actually,
me?
this is me now.
Oh, go ahead.
Because I'm the author.
Yes.
I then appear. Hello, Tyran. Forget I'm immortal, so I can't die. To understand how I'm immortal, check out my imaginary life story that I made after the rest of this thank you.
Oh. That's so sad.
I'm sorry, can we get to that next sentence? I have so many
First
questions.
person omnipotent narrator.
Yeah.
I also think that's only part of its name. It is named, but you'll know once you see my story list. See ya next chapter.
You can go back and edit any chapter on fanfiction.net. He
does-
refused to go back to his author page.
And
I don't
furthermore,
even know
there
what
is
the title of the story is.
there
He
is
doesn't
no
have a story called My Imaginary Life.
There
You
isn't.
have to delete
There
it
straight up
because it
isn't.
contains forbidden knowledge on how to achieve immortality.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
okay.
The United States Marine Corps was like, dude, you can't spill our secrets because we are all immortal.
Yeah, it turns out that all Marines are immortal. Who would have thought?
They need to
All right.
include that in the commercials.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck, I'll sign up for the Marines. Holy shit. Look at him. He looks pretty happy about being immortal.
My face.
Honestly,
when
if I was immortal, I think this is the face I would have too. Like, nice. Cool. Other people don't know I'm immortal.
Unless they read my fanfic.
Yeah. Then they'll
Sweet,
know.
I can get warred by my OC infinite times. And not
Oh
die.
my god, that is basically all.
Oh, yeah.
Good lord. Is horrifying.
Well, I guess that's the kind of thing. Those are the kind of kinks where it's like immortality is kind of the only way to really, truly have that.
Yeah, I guess. If
Wait,
that's,
so-
yeah, I guess.
That's
Wait,
Is that what we need in our lives?
hold on,
that's
hold on,
the
hold on.
moral of this
So,
story
to
today.
become immortal, you have to be bored by your OC?
I was thinking more of the lines of he gets immortality and is like, sweet, now I can get vored infinite times. Now I can get vored safely.
Maybe,
But maybe also the worm made him immortal.
yeah,
Because
this
that
offer
would
didn't
create a
update.
time paradox because he couldn't write about Tyran anymore, so everything would kind of fall apart, so he has to become
It's-
immortal.
Yes,
It's-
this offer hasn't updated in a while because right now he's in the deep sea in the belly of a whale. He's been
It's
there
like-
for a few years.
It's like in Journey to the West. The Monkey King Sun Wukong just has multiple immortality stacks. He's triple immortal.
I guess
3
so,
times.
yeah. I got immortality in different dimensions.
Fifth chapter, meet Littlefoot and friends.
Oh, good.
Tyran
Finally,
the
some
Sharp
characters I
Tooth.
might recognize.
I do not own the land before time, but Tyran is my character, chapter 5, or welcome to the Great Valley and Flashback, so this sounds just a...
I love alternate,
Entirely
I love
different
alternate
title.
titles.
It's not even the title listed on here.
me. All of my chapters seem to be shorter than I intended them to be, so all forgive me for that and any future ones that may be short. Though this one will be long, I hope.
Well, he hopes, but I have a feeling it'll be short, and I gotta say, you know, when it seems the chapters are shorter than he intends, that's Because you're
Write
not
them
writing
longer.
that much.
Yeah.
You can write more. This isn't. Sometimes if there are fashion trends where it's like, oh, horizontal stripes make you seem like taller or shorter or whatever, and then like that kind of those trends kind of change, but they don't make you seem like taller or shorter than like a person standing next to you who's taller or shorter than you, right? So like, in the same way, this chapter the lines on this it may seem longer, but unfortunately, you still have to write more for it to actually be longer.
Well, to be fair, if you look at chapters, few chapters, this is substantively longer.
Okay, my man.
I think Connor said it once, where making fun of these authors who upload short chapters and apologize it. The sun is setting. I guess I must hit upload now.
Yeah, basically. That's
So anyway,
really
this is-
accurate.
So anyway, this is the chapter where we switch to a third-person narrator.
When Tyran wakes up, everyone else is stirring as well. Fantastic, great. Glad to know that they're... No, I can't think of a stirring joke. Shit.
Everyone's
Anyway.
cooking soup now.
Everyone... Yes, exactly. After everyone stretches and fully wakes up, they begin. What do they begin? Soon they pass through a ravine, which at the end is the Great Valley. Wow. That's a very underwhelming way to announce that.
Yeah.
Well,
Tyran.
The eldest looks for him, but he's gone.
Already hiding.
Allie speaks up.
Right, he's very smart to already be doing that. Someone watching might have seen him.
he's very smart and also very interesting. I'd love to know more about his backstory.
Where did he get those scars? I
Where
feel
did
that
he get
it's-
those
he got those
interesting
scars?
scars?
I wonder what those scars are about, dear boy.
What a strange and interesting young lad.
Please, go about it in explicit detail.
I
Yes,
wonder why
please.
he doesn't get a mate. He's such a nice boy.
And that's it. The mate is the mate also happened to be in a coma, but it's trying to get him out of his coma.
That's great.
If only there was a blind dinosaur who was also deaf and had no sense of smell.
Yeah, if only.
It's like worse Helen Keller.
Oh, God.
They all moved to where they met the valley leaders the last time.
Martha, may I go look for my friends?
Sure, you can look for Littlefoot.
Allie's mom enters smiling. Oh.
What, she's happy to see her daughter?
Cut it out, Mom. But thanks, bye. Oh, Ella's mom is editing the video for us. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I just switched to German. Sorry. Ella's mom is editing the video for us. Nice. Jesus. Oh, it's almost 9 p.m. The German part of my brain awakens.
I guess my
I
brain
still
also
understood.
cut out because I didn't even realize that happened.
I thought you said that in English.
Yeah, same.
Okay, I
Maybe
leave
you
it
just
in it.
thought you did it.
Now, yeah, you're what's...
Actually,
Oh,
actually,
that's
that's
interesting.
even.
I think we can.
That's
I-
even more
Interesting.
sleepy.
Listen, we need to get to the main issue here. Mainly, where did he get those scars?
Yeah, that's really...
Woher hat diese Narben?
Okay, this time.
Was that where he got his scars in German?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Allie begins to leave. As she begins walking through the bushes, she sees Tyran.
Oh, no.
Oh, Tyran, come on, you can meet them now.
Wow,
You
just
didn't have to wait very long at all.
that's like 2 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Tyran nods and follows her. They come to a clearing. Allie goes out first, Tyran staying in the shadows. That's great. Literal predator energy right here.
Yeah, seriously.
Literal. So Tyran LTE.
Now that I'm
No.
thinking about this, like, logically again,
No,
they could have
LPE, excuse me.
introduced him right away, and said he's not a threat. What they're doing
that would've
instead is
made
letting
way
him,
more
like,
sense.
hide and risk that there's an encounter where they're not there to, like,
Yes.
tell everyone else he's harmless, so something really bad could happen if he just ran into someone by accident and they didn't know. So this is
Correct.
just stupid on multiple levels.
Yeah. I mean, they're not being safe in any way, shape, or form. This is the worst way they could be doing this.
You're making this harder for yourself.
Yes.
Littlefoot and his
well.
friends are in the clearing with a second. Hang on, sorry, 1 second. Again, I need to make sure I read that right. Littlefoot and his friends are in the clearing along with a second. What is the second here?
I think they mean they think it'll be confusing to not have the comma there, but they mean a second three horn. Like there's multiple three horns there.
But they didn't even mention that there were other three horns.
I think Littlefoot and his friends is implied to have one three horn, and he's saying there is a second three horn in addition.
Well,
And a
And he
spiked horn.
placed the comma long after not using
And he placed the
commas.
Yeah, he put the
seemingly
comma
at
there.
all
I think
before.
I think he put the comma there because he thought it was going to be confusing because second and three are both number words. And that's it. That's as far as he thought about it. That's my theory.
Then ironically he made it
That's-
more confusing.
I have
Way
a-
more confusing.
I actually have a USMC Saiyan Tom coma theory that explains all of this.
great.
It makes sense, perfect sense that he's actually in a coma.
Hey, Via, by the way, you should wake up out of your coma. Your family misses you.
Ethan, wake up.
Just remember, where did you get those scars? And it will all become clear.
Yeah, wake up. Wake up. Remember your backstory. Wake up.
A three horn and
No,
spike
for
tail.
real. I'm not. I'm just a hallucination in your dream. I really am.
It's like in Chowder. I'm just a weirdo who haunts your dreams.
Yeah.
Littlefoot's the first to see Al and runs to her. They rub cheeks.
He runs up to
Wait,
her and
'cause-
just says, without any inflection at all, Allie.
And that's how fast it was. There was no like punctuation in between.
Yeah, do you guys remember on Futurama when they go to the neutral planet? This is
Yeah.
it's a line I'll never forget. Neutral planet's about to explode. The neutral president's there, and he says, "If you see my wife, tell her I said hello."
and that must mean if it's that neutral, that has to mean that's their version of saying he loves her.
Yeah, right. Like he's about to die. He's about to explode, and he says, "When you see my wife, tell her I said hello."
I hate these filthy neutrals. With enemies, you know where they stand, but with neutrals, you cannot know.
You cannot know, yeah. And then isn't that also the episode where his plan is Oh no, I think it's a different episode where his plan is to have his men fly their ships into the barrels of the guns of the enemy to just clog them up with the crashed ships. So,
You see, these killbots had a weakness. They had a preset kill limit, so I just sent wave of men after
Yes,
men
yes.
after men until they all
shut down. We just had to reach their preset kill limits.
So what you're
It's
telling
crazy.
me is that for Tyran to make it, he has to plug in every gun in the Great Valley.
Yes, he has to stuff free stars into every gun in the Great Valley so that they don't get asteroided.
Exactly, guns gotta eat too.
Yeah, guns gotta eat too.
Great to see you again. My grandparents told me your hurt was coming.
How?
They heard it on the telephone.
They heard
They
the
called
hurt.
ahead.
It's great to be back, Littlefoot, and before I forget, everyone meet Tyran.
So you're
Which
not
is-
keeping it
You're
a
n-
secret?
I mean, not for. I guess it was like. I guess you can make the argument that like it's just the first thing. Don't show up immediately. Which is dumb. I guess.
I gotta say, can you read this next sentence? And then I gotta say something.
Which is the cue for Tyran to walk out, startling everyone.
So Connor and I recently wrote a chapter of like one of our joke fanfics, and Connor misspelled the word Q for this version of Q, and I was thinking to myself, I don't know, do you really think somebody in the wild would really do that? Someone in the wild did it, okay, I was proved wrong, okay. You know what, fuck it. I'm happy to be proved wrong. Then again, my USMC Saiyan Tom coma theory explains all of this.
Oh God. Okay. Before time,
everybody
everyone's-
needs to say
Well,
this.
let's do this.
Lindsay,
Okay.
You gotta say this too.
1,
It starts
2, 3. Yep.
That's how everybody talks. In unison.
I like all these dinosaurs with like one claw pointed.
Yeah, they're all standing there pointing.
You'd be surprised at like the Greek at how often the huge cast get reduced to like the typical Greek chorus. You know, just the people that are just in the background of the
It's
stage.
amazing, though. It's
saying
not
what's
just
happening.
them all speaking in unison. If they all had one surefire thing to say in unison, that would be one thing. But they're stuttering in unison.
Yeah. Perfectly synced.
That's
The delightful children from down the rock.
yeah. Like, okay.
Everyone begins.
A sharp tooth.
Oh, you are Littlefoot and friends. You are no territory to judge. No territory to judge.
I mean,
Chopper,
Yeah.
remember?
yeah, that's true.
All that
They
nonsense.
have friends.
Literally.
Also,
Tyran.
he's not eating them.
Oh,
He's talking to them.
Tyran finishes for them.
Yes, I am a sharp tooth, but I've decided the best thing to eat is fish. No need to hunt, chase, and fight for it.
Those
Okay, who
fish
says
will
this?
fight back.
We have no clue. Is this just everyone?
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
So you only eat
fish?
Yep.
That was.
That's how
I don't know.
Ducky
I
speaks.
said that weird.
The
Yeah.
yep at the end of every sentence reminds me of Nate when you did the meow. That's right at the end of every Team Rocket sentence.
This is an insane answer to everyone asking, so you only eat fish. Yes, but if I came across some other sharp teeth having a meal, period, I wouldn't say no to the meal if they pick a fight with me
my
and end up having to run away.
You are digging the
So-
hole deeper for
Yeah, we
yourself.
didn't ask.
So-
We
So
didn't ask.
if sharp teeth attack, you wouldn't intervene unless the sharp teeth attack you.
He's saying no. If I'm part of the. Let me try to make this clear. I don't want you guys to think you're not safe because I'm the hero here. Okay, I'm here now as part of your herd, and if sharp teeth come by and they're hungry, they have every right to eat whatever they. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to have like an ideology. I'm not trying to make a point here. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to stay out of politics. Okay, so like this is not a big deal. I'm just eating fish, and then if they're like trying to fight me, I might have to scare them off, and then you know if you guys aren't going to eat it, I'll eat whatever they were eating.
Actually, I have a dumb idea. If dinosaurs exist, but that means and mammals inherited the earth after the dinosaurs, does that mean
Yeah.
there are little rats running around?
Yeah,
Then eat the rats! Eat the rats! No one cares about what they feel.
Eat the fish, eat the rats. Well, I mean, do you guys feel like he made a good point here? I feel like his point here was fucking terrible. I feel like his point here was that he has no loyalty to the group. He's just not going to pay attention when they come to attack herbivores.
That's not what he meant to say. That's just what he said. Okay.
Okay, but now that we've drawn it to his attention, is he going to change his mind, or is he still?
No, it seems like he stands for what he said.
All right. We're just gonna let him be here, okay?
Haven't you ever been in love before?
Okay.
Yeah, you still gotta find
With
his
who?
mate.
Yeah, hopefully.
We gotta
Allie's
find him a
willing to
mate. He's
risk
such
all
a
her
nice boy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All but the two three horns smile at him now. Wait, so so are there two three horns or three horns? Because Sarah is a three horn herself, isn't she?
Yeah, well, all but the 2 free horns. So
Yeah.
there's Sarah and
Sarah
another
and-
free horn in the group.
And Littlefoot's not introducing. Oh no, Tops. Tops is the
Tops.
second three horn. Okay. Sarah.
I'm Littlefoot, and these are Sarah, Ducky, Petri, Spike, Tops, and Stagger.
I gotta say, imagine okay, Sarah, Tops. Now there's a third kid. What are you naming them?
Yeah.
My brain is poisoned. for that.
Rutto.
Ratto? Ratto. Not the worst idea. My brain is poisoned from Marvel Rivals. I was gonna go with Jeff.
Jeff works better.
I wanted to look up if Tops was a real Land Before Time
He's not.
character, but I typed it into Google and all I'm getting is shirts.
Okay. Yeah, Land
Because
Before Time
Tops,
is Tops.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, that's much better than what I thought you were gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Littlefoot says, pointing to each friend, with what?
With his human hands.
Yeah,
Also, gotta say, if Tops isn't a canonical Land Before Time character, then dibs. I call dibs. None of you can have him. Tops is my character now, because USMC saying Tom didn't. He said he doesn't own Land Before Time, but Tyran is his character. And if Tops is not a canonical character, then I called fucking dibs.
Well, my original character is gonna be Bottoms. And
Yeah,
he's
you can do that.
way more powerful, even if it doesn't seem that way.
A power bottoms.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, whatever.
Stega is
whatever
mine
you
now.
want.
You can't fight me for it.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with
Hooray.
Stega. I don't give a shit about Stega.
Yeah, I
Tops.
I guess both of these aren't canonical.
Yeah,
No, they're
well,
not. They're. Why do they feel the need to bloat the cast? I have no clue.
Yeah, Tops is my character, and Stega is someone
Wait a
else's
second.
character.
Hold on. I have a theory. It's not gonna be a good theory.
A coma theory?
Not a coma theory. It's a completely different. It doesn't contradict.
I
the
don't
theories,
believe any non-coma theories, to be honest.
Listen, you can apply it to the theory, but it's not separate in and of itself. Okay.
Okay.
Tops the second three horn, and Stega the second spike tail. Now, I want you to read this next line and try to guess what the fuck my theory is.
So all but you two have a mate, huh?
Why? This is worse than fucking making. I don't know how I know this, but in MLP, they just have male versions of two of the other people's love interests that are
yeah.
basically lesbians. This is that level. This is
Yes.
that level of
So Stega and Spike are are counterparts, and Sarah and Tops are counterparts.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
god, I read ahead and this next thing is already infuriating me.
Good lord. No.
Also, it's just I love walking up to groups of friends and being like, "Y'all fucking? You two fucking? Oh, you guys aren't fucking.
Yeah.
Let me see your peepees. You guys fucking?
So Tyran literally is walking up saying, "So, how's your sex life?"
How's your sex life?"
I did not eat her. I did not.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Tops.
God damn it!
Everyone in this great valley betray me.
You are tearing me up. You are tearing me apart, Allie. Tommy, I mean Tyran, says looking at Ducky and Petrie. I think this is Petrie.
Oh, God.
We too little to have mates.
Oh.
Oh,
Besides,
I don't like this next one. I don't like this next one. I don't like this next one. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like
Besides,
it.
me and Petrie decided to overlook species and be a couple. Oh.
Wait, so your previous explanation that isn't even real? So you're not too little to have mates. You
We're
literally
way
are
too
mates.
little to be fucking, and when we do fuck, we freaks about it.
So I was gonna
You're going
say,
to
what do you
create a
mean
re-
too little? Like, if Spike has a mate, Spike's literally the youngest.
No,
Come on
they
over.
mean they're too small. They are too physically small.
Small.
Oh yeah,
Which
little
is-
people can't fuck, I guess.
That's
Not
just
possible.
I think
he has
maybe
not
it's
thought
like-
through how. He has not even remotely thought through the logistics of what like
Having a mate
mating
is.
Even, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he knows what mating is.
This is
Because
I thought
listen,
mating is when you step on each other, and that's why you're.
'Cause, like, does he think-
you can't do it?
Does
when
he
you're
think
little,
like
'cause
mice?
you're gonna get
Does he think
killed.
mice just like spontaneously sprout from garbage? Spontaneous generation?
You just
Okay.
come from dirt, like the ancient Greeks.
Yeah.
believed.
Yeah, the worms just come from the dirt.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Okay. So this is what about you? You have no mate, or you too young as well? Okay, so he's just stupid.
Oh wait, fuck that one. The first one. Never mind. Actually, wait, who the fuck is this saying this one?
I don't know
Ducky
who
is
I
Petrie.
am.
Oh,
They're
that's-
just
that's
done-
Petrie.
they're just
It's
done having
bad grammar,
dialogue
so it's
come from people.
Petrie.
What about you? You have mate? Are you too young as well?
I'm old enough to find one by my kind of sharp tooth, but I haven't found a female who wasn't with another already.
They all like those
sorry.
stupid jerks.
Ugh.
Women
All the
deny me their
back
pleasures.
With whatever is the fucks. I don't
What
fucking...
would sharp
You
Chads
may
be
not know
called?
this,
Sharp
but I
teeth
want you to
Chads?
know that I am alone somehow.
I'll be real. I feel like if you had to come up with a name for like sharp-toothed Chads, Tyran is the name I would have come up with.
Yeah, because it literally sounds like Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know, what's a dinosaur-esque name that sounds like Virgin?
Oh, like Virgin. I don't know.
Jeff.
That's
think
what
about
Tyran should have been called.
Jeff, yeah. Yeah, Jeff. Somebody says, "Oh, sorry."
Oh, sorry.
Where'd you get the scars from? Yep, yep.
Of course.
No, we don't even know
Well-
who's talking anymore.
Yeah,
he
he-
just
again, he's
doesn't
done
have
telling
an
us who.
indicator.
He doesn't give a shit anymore. Well, I guess since I won't have to repeat it, I'll tell it. And first off, why I'm by myself. I gotta say,
I guess he doesn't give indicators because to him, like, all the main main five kids are interchangeable because it's all about the school OC.
yeah,
so
he
who
doesn't
cares?
give. Yeah, he
And I
doesn't give a
guess
fuck about
Littlefoot's
any of
kind
that.
of important because that's like his favorite ship, but everyone else. like who cares
Sometimes
if it's
he's in
Ducky
the
or...
mood. Sometimes he's in the mood to write dialogue, and sometimes he's not in the mood to write dialogue. And when he's in the mood to write dialogue, he doesn't want to write any of that other shit. And when he's not in the mood to write dialogue, he'll just describe what Ali said. That's it. That he just doesn't give a shit at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Flashback.
I appreciate him going with the two
Equal size.
Equals. It's very classy.
Nice. 3 sharp teeth raptors shown.
Okay, so I guess canonically he is a raptor. So now we got that out of the way. Now we finally know. His name is Tyran, but he's not a Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, he's an asshole raptor.
Alright, Tyran, that's how you fight, got it?
One of the grown ones say,
Yeah, I got it, Pa.
the little one on the size of Tyran in the 5th says,
I guess
What
it's not
the
Tyran, it's
Hold
someone
on.
who looks like him.
What is
He's
that?
just having a flashback of a guy who looks like him as a child, but it's not him.
What does he mean in the 5th?
I don't
What
know.
does in the 5th? What is that doing in the sentence?
I think that's like that's. Oh, he's a baby, so he's 1/5 the size of he is now, or something like that.
No, I think
The little
fifth,
one-
like his 5th moon or something, or 5th year.
5th year?
Like, that's the only thing that makes sense in this context. But I guess he forgot the time indicator. So now it's just
Sorry,
the 5th.
wait a minute. I'm so sorry. Can we please read forward and then
Yes.
circle back and just recap what happened in this? Because I just skimmed the
You need to hear
paragraph.
this. We need to hear
This
this.
is insane.
A roar is heard, and the grown ones push Tyran into some bushes before a big Sharptooth charges in and blocks their exit. A fight between the two small ones and the big one begins as Tyran watches from his hiding place. His dad is knocked down and his mom digs her claws into the big one's tail. The Rex spins around and like a Beyblade and throws Mom off a deep, long, leaving a deep, long scratch on his tail. The Rex roars and Tyran closes his eyes as the Rex catches his dad in his jaws. When Tyran opens his eyes again, both parents are lying on top of each other. The T-Rex is fucking gone, I guess. Tyran walks over and nudges them.
Yup. Mom, Dad, get up.
When they don't move, Tyran's nibbles and turns to leave.
All right. So
Okay, bye.
that's the flashback. It says end first flashback. So,
Yeah.
first of all, that doesn't explain the scars, but he will explain those in
a
a
sec.
second. I just think it's really funny that, like, he's, like, they're like, how'd you get the scars? And he's like, okay, well, I don't have to tell you this other backstory, but I'm going to tell you the backstory because you're going to ask about it too. And then he just tells this much different story. Second thing, it literally starts with, all right, Tyran, that's how you fight. Got it? Yeah, got it, Pa. And they immediately get nerfed.
What I love is like his emotional. I think Tyran has always been like this because his only reaction.
He's getting his dinosaur fighting diploma, and then
But no, those were illegal fighting classes, and that's why the T-Rex... This was like a T-Rex like raid. They were getting raided for having like an illegal dojo set up.
Wait a minute.
Like
Two
the
things. I
Dino
realized.
or whatever.
I realized two things. One, what do you mean? If the Rex catches the raptor in the jaws, why wouldn't he try and eat him? Second off, his own. Tyran's always
Look.
been like this because his only reaction to his
because
parents
it's a
dying.
raid.
this is
It's the
okay,
raid's gone
but
wrong.
Listen, it's
Just
a
killed
raid,
them
but listen,
accidentally.
listen. The fight is between two small ones and the big one. Except he says that there is his mom and dad there, and also one of the grown ones. So that implies at least 2 grown ones and 3 sharp teeth raptors. One of them is Tyran. So there's 2 small ones, Tyran, 2 big ones minimum. a Tyrannosaurus Rex shows up, and they push Tyran into the bushes, even though he literally just got trained in how to fight. This should be like, all right, test time. Here we go, buddy.
No. This was just the theory part of the fighting training.
Then the other, they leave the other little ones to just get fucked up, and then the mom and dad get murked, and Tyran just he just sits through it. Unfortunately, he's too scared. It sounds like they didn't train him to fight through the panic, which not that part's not his fault. He just learned how to fight. It sounds like they didn't prepare him very well for how scary it can be.
I mean, for all we know, they probably did, but Tyran is weird because his only reaction is that is one sniffle and then walks away when his parents are dead.
I mean, yeah, he said 4 words to their corpses and then walked away. But also it seems like they didn't train him very well if the group of them couldn't take on a big... Right? So, Tyran was kind of fucked either way if he didn't hide. Maybe they should have all...
Here's the thing. I think that they didn't master the fear response lessons. I think that's why they pushed him to the side instead of throwing him at the problem.
You think they should have thrown him at the problem and then run away?
I mean, that's one option.
Yeah.
Just saying
that's a possibility.
Yeah, they're saying they didn't train their fear response well enough. That's why they lost. The T-Rex was their kung fu master, you see.
That's true. Well, anyway, end first flashback. Yeah.
Terrible life from the start, losing both parents.
Thanks for your unsolicited comment on my wife.
Yeah. Well, you're sharing it with us.
Well, you know about my parents. Now these scars.
Flashback. A slightly larger than Tyran. Larger than last Tyran walks into a clearing, then sees a dying egg eater. It's not dying. That's not how it's spelled. He runs forward and knocks it down, kills it, and begins eating.
Just murdered a man.
Mama just killed the guy.
Okay.
Soon afterward,
so
Cumpies come out of the bushes and attacks Tyran for the meal, leaving all but one scar that Tyran has. What?
He's reduced to a scar. The scar is all that left. The rest of his body was gnawed away.
Sorry. They attack Tyran looking for a meal and leave only a scar? That's not a character anymore. That's a skeleton.
That is the biggest
flop. What are you talking about?
That's the biggest
What
flop.
did they do?
That's the only one that kind of no, I'm not going to bring Marvel into this. I'm not going to bring it into this. But honestly, why have 2 flashbacks? You could just mesh the 2 together. You know what I'm saying? He tried to attack, but his parents in their flashback
these honestly didn't need to be a separate backstory, especially because the second one is such a nothing burger. It's just I got into a fight once.
We're not even done. Wait.
How
finish
special.
the flashback. It's not even he got into a fight once. It's he got into a fight twice.
A lot older Tyran picks a fight with different packs of raptors for their food.
That's just
Kane's his last card and he's chased off.
So he's
so
covered
it's not
in
actually a backstory about these scars. It's just, how do you get scars? I got into fights because
2 different fights. I got most of him in one fight, and I got one more scar in another fight. And that time I killed and ate an egg eater, that had nothing to do with anything.
This is honestly pathetic. He was hyping.
That had fuck all to do with anything.
This up as if it's special when it's he could from the beginning could have said, got into a fight twice, a few times,
Honestly, you don't even need to explain the scar. It's if I had scars all over my body and people were like, "Whoa, how'd you get these scars?" I'd be like, "I got into a really bad fight once or twice."
And flashback.
And that'd be where I'd leave it. Right? Because it's That's all you need to fucking say. There's no... you don't even have a story here.
Yeah.
What's the story? We're all dinosaurs. We're literally all fucking dinosaurs. We all live lives where sometimes I have to get in the way of another dino while trying to eat some leaves. Or you have to get in the way of another dino while trying to eat me. So, like... fuck off, Tyran, acting like there's some big shit. What even was that? I hate Tyran. He sucks.
He's so cool, but it's like he's like he's so cool, but the writer but Tom Selleck keep writing him as pathetic at every chance he gets.
Every chance he gets, he's just such a loser. He's kind of like Max Vincent. You know, where like every time he opens his mouth, the shit he has to say makes him sound dumber and lamer. But then, like, when push comes to shove, he's not cool either.
Yeah,
Tyran just keeps getting knocked out.
Much cooler than Tyran. Come on.
You know, honestly, I'm just thinking you got, if you want to have a backstory where your guy is like super cool and edgy because of like the fights he's been in, he has to have won some of those fights. He can't just lose all of those fights and then continue to lose fights into the future.
Yeah.
That's not a hero. That's a victim.
A victim. Oh, what a...
A victim of the enemies, of the circumstances. He's just losing.
Terribly.
Yeah.
But anyways...
God, Tyran sucks.
Let's get back to it.
End Flashback? And that's how I have these scars.
You have just had a terrible life. Yes, you have.
That was Ducky, I think.
That was Ducky.
I don't get. I have no idea.
I gotta say, Ducky saying, "You have just had a terrible life." Yes, you have. Is something that I can totally see happening in the movies.
You have just had a terrible life. Yes, you have.
That's like
Yep.
This is like, you've made a terrible mistake, and then it's like a creepypasta, and like Ducky comes out.
You've made a terrible mistake. Yep.
Yes, you have.
Creepypasta, Ducky. Ducky.exe.
Ducky
drowned.
Ducky.mov.
Ducky
Yeah,
drowned.
being a swimmer couldn't help her from drowning.
Yeah.
You should
Spike's last breath. Or, you know what? I found a VHS tape, and on it said, handwritten, there was like a black Sharpie label that said, Ducky gets asteroided. And I thought, what the fuck is this?
Ducky's
and I put it in.
Big Day.
Ducky's Big Day. Yep. Alright. And that's how I have these scars. You just had
Well, now that we have that covered, can we get deciding what to do if Tyranno still wants to take over since he came back?
Who's Tyranno?
That's...
Petwee's uncle, he tried to take over the Great Valley last time the grown-ups banished him for 5 cold times have passed since he rescued Ducky.
And he's trying to come back? They should have killed him, even if he saved all of you for trying to take over.
I don't know this guy, but you should kill him.
That's such a harsh...
I am the fucking sharp tooth you just invited into your, like, plant eater valley, by the way.
I'm so sorry, Tyran. I know we just invited you to the group, but please don't speak about my friend's family like that. Like, you don't know anything about us and our, like, way of life. You just got here. Maybe take a second and listen before you start, like, espousing murder. I don't like this guy. Can we kick him out?
I don't like him. I don't like him either.
I'm sorry. I just got into the headspace of being like a dino in their group.
That's fine.
They should have killed him, even if he saved all of you for trying to take over.
How you even think of such a thing after what you've been through?
I may not have liked what I've been through, but I learned from it nonetheless, and I am a Sharptooth. We all deal death to those that deserve it.
Bullshit.
When I meet the one who killed my parents, he's dead. Later.
Bullshit. Their parents didn't deserve death.
I'm just reminding
Later.
you that I'm still a Sharptooth and we're still all fucking killers at heart. I'm saying to the plant eaters that
Later.
they graciously invited me to their valley. Later.
Later.
Tyran turns and leaves.
Fucks off.
About 30 feet away. So they're still watching this. But they're just watching
Yeah,
this
he's
weirdo.
not that far away.
What's this? A Sharptooth, interesting.
No comma. Tyran stops and looks around.
Oh, really? Who are you?
Tyranno lands on a limb and introduces himself.
My model. Or his model. I guess, yeah, we don't even get to hear the introduction.
No, we don't.
Him going, his model would have been better than what's actually there. Why don't you join me, since I heard you'll be eating fish, and you'll be renowned, and I'll help you catch that Sharptooth that killed your parents. Also,
What?
So he listened into that whole conversation with his backstory, but he didn't
Yes.
think anything of Tyran going, yeah, you should kill that guy.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I should immediately
And
go
then
to
as
him
soon
and try
as he
to
meets him,
convince
he
him
says-
to join me after he said they should all execute me.
Julius, let's try this. Okay, I want you to just, in this role play with me right now, just say, I hope Bob dies. I think they should kill Bob. Okay, just say that real quick.
Yeah, I think they should have killed Bob. He ruined the SDC. Yeah.
Hey, Julius. My name is Bob.
Oh, yeah, I'm your biggest fan.
Did that change things for you?
You actually want to collab?
That kind of recontextualizes things, huh?
Yeah.
Makes me a person.
Hang on. I think I need to break down this this interaction of Tyranno's quote unquote planning. But to do this, I need to just share a little story. My friend's younger brother, like who was playing Pokemon a lot, the card game, watched us watching Death Note sometime, and so he made a little comic thing called the Card Note Killer, where Kira the Charizard has the card note, and if he writes the Pokemon's name in it, they become a Pokemon card. And so, because he didn't really have an idea of the mind games, his idea of a mind game was like, you have to climb a tree, because the Card Note Killer can't climb trees. That's the level of planning that Tyranno is having here.
God damn, that's a mind game right there. Climb a tree, dude.
Climb a tree.
This guy wants to kill me. I'm gonna seduce him with my charms and wits.
Yeah. Uncle Tyranno's a freak. I hate this guy.
You hate
You overheard.
You say that about everyone, Bob.
Yes, I'm sorry if it offended you.
Yeah, it's offended with an A if it's about the feelings, and then offended with an E if it's an effect.
Tyran smiles.
Yeah.
So what is the deal again? This is Tommy saying. This is the narrator saying.
That's
This
just
not
you say, yeah, that's just
not
the narrator.
Tyran.
Oh no, the narrator's
forgot.
getting
confused.
by
Narrator forgot.
Tyranno's wits and charms.
He's trying to figure out if he's paid by the word or paid by the or what.
That's it.
Well, that's it. That's the end of the chapter, I guess.
Tyran, if you could,
Will I be Tyranno's new assistant, or do I have a plan? Well, I can't tell.
because I
I
have
don't know what I'm doing here.
I have no clue, frankly. You've been hanging around me too much, but oh well.
No, that's me. I'm the author.
Oh fuck, yeah, you're right.
It's the author. You've been hanging around me too much, but oh well. Next chapter, folks.
Wrong too.
Great.
Frame sweet, it's Tyran.
Chapter 6?
The Truth of Tyranno and Hello Harp.
Actually, it's the truth of Tyrono.
Tyrono.
Oh no, Toronto.
Hello, Tyrono.
Actually, do we
Alright,
want to
well.
do this one,
We
or
can
do
end
we
it
want to
here.
save it for the next part?
Holy shit.
Because the one after that's also relatively short, and then it's only basically
6
a
through 8.
glorified author's note. So
Yeah, I think we should do 6 through 8 in one video.
Yeah.
This one here.
Okay, then as always, leave USMC Saiyan Tom alone because
Yeah.
he will kill you.
Yeah, he'll sick this.
He will be like,
You don't want
I walk up to DLDR generic viewer number 12. I saw him eating eggs, so I killed him.
yeah,
And then I got into a fight with another Marines, and they they destroyed everything of my body except one scar.
Yeah.
But I am immortal, so I do not care.
When you put it like that, I have no words.
Yeah. Leave your coma theories down in the comments below, or in our Discord, linked in the description. And you can request stories for us in the Google form, also linked below.
Okay.
And as always, if you do not like, do not read.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.